Hello, I'm Russell Johnston, Superintendent of Schools, and I'm joined this afternoon by Michael Richard, the principal of West Springfield High School, and we are going to take you on a virtual tour of our new West Springfield High School.
Right, so the high school is laid out in 5 different buildings, and we're going to take you through each of those in each of the different spaces one at a time, beginning with some common areas of the high school, namely the library and the cafeteria, which you will get to know if you're a student or maybe a parent as C building.
And the C building is the first building that you'll walk into, so you'll come in through our main entrance, and one of the first things that you will encounter when you come in is our cafeteria. And when you think about it, a cafeteria is a room that's not used very often during the school day. So this cafeteria actually really serves as a communal space for after-school events. It's a space that's between our gymnasium and our auditorium, so that after an event, there could be a reception in our cafeteria in a way that couldn't be done in any other cafeteria in other building designs. So we're very excited about this light-filled, very pleasant atmosphere that is created in the cafeteria, that it'll be great for school use and for after-school activities too.
Right, and overlooking our cafeteria is our beautiful Library Media Center, which is designed to accommodate 21st century learning in every way. There are small meeting areas that are carved out in there. There's also a large group instruction space in the library. And again, it overlooks the cafeteria, so it really brings the building together. The library is a focal point. It is one of the first things that you will see when you walk into West Springfield High School.
Absolutely. It's the hub of learning, and it'll be such a kind of a cornerstone for students to be accessing all during the school day. And we will also be able to have community events in the library as well. We saw that being used in another high school that has the same design as ours, so we're very excited about that.
Absolutely.
Next, we want to take you into the academic side, into the instructional spaces, which are in A building and B building. And just to orient you to the design of the building, think of A building and B building as being 4-story pods. And in the middle of each pod, there's a large group instruction space. So first we're going to talk about the classrooms, then we'll talk to you more about the large group instruction spaces.
Right. So the architects, when they designed this building and its predecessors, realized to maximize space, they need to create 4-sided and 5-sided classrooms. We are so excited about both of those spaces, especially the 5-sided classroom, which removes the traditional idea of having a front of a classroom so that teachers can move about, they can access every corner of the space, they can maximize the whiteboard space that's been placed everywhere so that teachers and students alike can collaborate in different ways throughout those spaces. There is tons of natural light to keep kids alert, focused on what's going on, and to maximize, again, the learning that's happening in those two different spaces.
Absolutely, and the furniture that we've selected to go in those spaces helps to further the collaborative learning environment that we can establish. So instead of the traditional rectangular tables, the students will be sitting at desks that are trapezoid shape, and they can be pushed together very, very easily so that students can quickly collaborate and work on projects together. And particularly in the 5-sided classrooms, there are lots of kind of nooks and places where students can go to work together, and we're very excited about the ways in which the architecture of this building will stimulate and promote even deeper learning for our students.
So while most of the learning will take place in either 4-sided or 5-sided classrooms, students are also going to benefit tremendously from the wonderful science labs that are incorporated into the high school. They are designed to host chemistry, earth science, biology. We will get to talking about robotics as well as a supplement to that, but there are greenhouses in 3 of the biology classrooms and earth science classrooms that are designed to give students that additional learning and to support many of the programs that we're supporting here at the high school, especially the AP programs that will be able to benefit greatly from that.
Definitely, and we're leaving a high school that has 1 greenhouse, and now we're moving to a high school that from the outside of the building, you see those, they almost look like bay windows on the side of the front side of the building. Those are the greenhouses that Michael was just talking about, and having so much more access to the greenhouses will be great for our students in earth science and biology.
Absolutely.
And Michael mentioned the robotics and sustainable energy lab. We're very excited about having that space as well. That's something that we didn't have in the past. And what makes that different than the science labs is it's considered a dry lab, meaning that it has a polished concrete floor. It has multiple electrical drops coming out of the ceiling so that as students are building their robots, they're able to power them. We're not worried about them hurting the flooring as we would in a tile floor classroom. So the overall environment will really support both robotics and sustainable energy, where the students can use this building actually as a learning environment, as a learning lab for ways in which things like solar energy can be monitored and set up, and that will all happen through the Robotics and Sustainable Energy Lab.
Right. And you've heard us talk about collaboration already, and one of the great ways that the new West Springfield High School will promote collaboration is through the large group instruction spaces that Dr. Johnston alluded to at the core of the two main academic buildings, A and B. So we are actually greeting you today from a large group instruction space. This is in the A building. It takes up the center space of both the second and third floors in the A building. And these spaces are designed to allow students from multiple classes to come together to do interdisciplinary work, to collaborate. They can spread out projects. There's projection space available. There are whiteboard and tackboard space available for students and teachers alike to put their best foot forward when they put work together, so they don't feel confined by a traditional classroom. And it's really amazing in this space where we sit today. There are actually viewing spaces that are available from overhead, so students in the third floor could actually look down and see what's happening here on the main level of this space.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the furniture in this classroom too will also help, this space will also help to promote different types of learning. We will have tables and chairs. They could be laid out so we could have a meeting of 100 people in here, but they can also be stacked and pushed away so that you can use just the open floor space for teaching and learning, which we're very excited about. We see this space being used for teacher professional development, town meetings perhaps, but a lot of flexible activities can happen inside this space as well. The large group instruction spaces take on a lot of different styles, and there is, in addition to this two-story LGI, there's another two-story LGI that serves as a mini theater. And we're really excited about what the mini theater can do for us. It's a place where students can become more comfortable and more skilled at public speaking. Instead of having to take your first foray into public speaking at the high school level in the auditorium, we would be able to have students prepare those skills, practice those skills in this mini theater. What an important life skill that is for students to have, to be good at doing that. We also see it's a place where a literature class could go and read Romeo and Juliet and do kind of a black box reading of a play like that, and gain those, again, those speaking skills that we need to see our students developing even better. And it also is a place where we can hold further professional development for teachers, community meetings. I see it as being a widely used space for sure.
It really resembles that collegiate small lecture hall where students can get exposed to what is it like to learn in a space where maybe I don't have a desk in front of me, but I can put my laptop on my lap, or I can hold my notebook and take notes and listen to a lecture that might be taking place. It's a great place to bring in guest speakers who will be able to share their expertise with smaller groups of students.
Definitely. The last instructional space that we want to tell you about is our TV studio. And that's a new environment for us as well, something that we didn't have in our old high school. And we're really excited about the possibilities of what TV studio will mean, both programmatically in terms of what we can offer as a course during the school day, but then also the way in which we can bring the life of West Springfield to the entire community, to be producing either studio-based shows or to take shows out and record a basketball game or a football game and then do the post-production in our TV studio lab. Will all be possibilities in this building that we didn't have in the past, and we're really excited about what that will mean.
It really is a great opportunity for us to engage the community, bring them together, bring local cable into West Springfield High School, as well as push West Springfield High School out into local cable.
Definitely, definitely. So we've talked to you about the instructional spaces in the A and B buildings. Now we'll talk to you about the fine and performing arts spaces in A and B building, starting with the art rooms themselves. And similar to the robotics space, our art rooms are really built for students doing hands-on learning, really being able to explore art in ways that you can't in a traditional classroom. So for example, you'll see the polished concrete floors again in the art rooms. You'll see space for ceramics and a kiln, which are materials that we don't have students working with right now. We're really excited about what that will mean for fine arts.
This is really an opportunity for kids to get into their kinesthetic learning, really put their hands on the materials, get down and dirty in the arts, and then supplementing that is a ton of space for those students to display the work that they do create. One of the nice things about this new building is the space that was carved out to display student work. In cases, on boards, all over the place in this building, you'll have an opportunity through media, multimedia, as well as traditional media to see the work that's being done.
And we strategically had the art rooms placed at the front of B buildings so that they're really one of the first places that that students and parents will walk past on a regular basis. So a great way for us to bring art right out to the forefront of the school, and we're really excited about what that will mean.
Right.
And go ahead.
Guys, supporting the 2D and 3D arts is also the performing arts. So we've got a fabulous band area, chorus room that supplements with MIDIs so that students can work on their keyboarding skills and process that through the computer skills that they're also developing in other classes. And then, of course, it all comes together in our auditorium. Mm-hmm. What a beautiful space.
Yes, absolutely. The auditorium just has such amazing finishes to it. I always say that this new high school feels like we've won the high school lottery sweepstakes. It's just so nice. And, when you walk into the auditorium and you see what a great venue it is for performances, it just feels so refined, so professional. And I know that we're going to have many, many generations of students putting on great productions in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we move out of the academic buildings and into those places where kids really get active. We're talking about the gym and the pool.
Absolutely. So that's D building.
D building is the gym, E building is the pool. So in D building, we're blessed with a 7-station gymnasium. That looks like a full, if you counted the full center court, that would be 8, but we're going to talk about 3 side courts, a walking track on the second level, and then 3 stations at the end of the gymnasium as a multi-purpose room, a weight room, and a cardiovascular workout room.
Absolutely, and this space is also flexible for us. We can hold, a tournament basketball game in this gymnasium, and we can take the gym and, as Michael was saying, divide it into 3 stations for gym classes. We can bring the entire student body into the gym using the bleachers, which are very flexible and can be turned so that we can fit the entire student body in there for a pep rally, for announcements. And so the ability for us to use this for community purposes again and for school purposes is just unparalleled.
And the nice thing about it is, much like the current building, the dedicated entrance, so that at night when we want to run evening events out of the gymnasium, we don't need to have people coming all through the whole building. Rather, they come in, there's a dedicated entrance right there. They're exposed to that cafeteria space that can be used for enjoying food or drink during a game, and then right into the gymnasium to enjoy the game itself.
Definitely, and our students will walk out of the locker room right up to the pathway to Clark Field. So it's well designed so that we're integrating both the gymnasium, the locker rooms, and Clark Field all together, and we're very happy about that. The pool is also a phenomenal space. Again, really well designed so that the athletes are able to have their section of the pool where they will line up for their events, and then very comfortable place for the spectators to be able to view and have a great viewpoint on what's happening inside the pool. And an amazing thing about this new pool is that the hot water is solar powered on this very building, and so a great way for us to really harness some modern technologies to power this building. And we are a LEED Silver building, and that's one of the aspects of being LEED Silver is having the solar hot water heated pool.
Right, and of course, we all know since it's a new construction of a pool, it's been designed to meet specifications, so it's 13 feet deep, which means welcome back diving to West Springfield High School.
Absolutely, it's great news. So one of the almost final topics, second to last topic we want to talk to you about is the overall design of the building and some of the unique features of it as they relate to safety and accessibility. And so with regard to safety, there are many features of this building that make it really a top of the line building that promotes safety and security for students, staff, and community members. And some of those features include teacher workrooms that have a corner glass wall so that students, as they are walking in the hallway, will see that their teachers are in the teacher workroom and conducting what we call passive supervision of the hallways. But there's always that kind of a sense that the hallways are being monitored, that there's an adult presence, even when the adults are able to go about their business and do the other important things that we want teachers to do in those workrooms. Also, great sight lines all throughout the building, and so many more security cameras that we can really see every nook and cranny of the building.
Absolutely. So we're very pleased to know that if anything does occur in this building, while the expectation is we hope that we can see it while it happens, if it doesn't, we know that we can retrace steps and we can certainly take advantage of the cameras that are placed in here. And again, well over 100 video cameras covering the space of this building to make sure that we can see what is going on everywhere.
Definitely. And another thing that I really love about this building is it's built so that it's accessible for all people with and without disabilities. Very much easier for people to access the entire campus. We know that we have an elevation here between where the high school is and where Clark Field is, but that entire walkway between the campus, between the building and Clark Field is an accessible walkway. The building itself, we're going from a current high school that has 11 different levels where we need to have lifts to be able to move students within the building, to a building that is just much more accessible, has 2 brand new elevators that are going to get our students around so much more easily, and we're very, very happy about how much more this will promote just the ease of accessibility for students and community members.
Right, Dr. Johnston talks about the elevation, and the architects were great in taking advantage of that, so that we have, of the 4 floors here in this building, 3 of them have exits right to grade level. So it's really a nice benefit for anyone who might need to access this building, and also for egress purposes as well in the event of an emergency.
Definitely, definitely. And even the lockers are strategically placed so that we have handicap accessible lockers placed all throughout the building so that students with disabilities are able to get the type of accommodation that they need without having to look far for it.
Right.
So the last thing that we want to talk about is the process for both the move and for the demolition of the old building.
Right. So we're fully engaged in the move and the process associated therewith, and over the next few months or weeks, I guess now, we will be conducting trainings on a regular basis to make sure that students, faculty, staff are well equipped and prepared to transition to this new building. So during professional development days, we will be taking advantage of that to make sure that faculty and staff are trained. We will also be taking students and faculty on tours of this building to make sure that the transition on February 25th is a smooth one, and that students can get right into the learning, and we don't have to have as much downtime transitioning and helping students find their way around this very beautiful building.
Definitely. Would you mind talking about that day on February 25th when we go from the old high school to the new high school?
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting day in West Springfield. Students will report to the current high school. We will gather as a school in the gymnasium, and then we will process as a school into the new high school. So there really will be a changing of the guard from what is known to what will be known as West Springfield High School, and it's going to be a great day. We're excited about it. It seems like it was never going to get here, and here we are, only a little ways away from that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once that occurs, though, we begin to, frankly, move quickly into the demolition phase of the current high school. And that's important because we need to move the demolition along so that we can fully access the entire campus. What will happen is that initially, when we move into the new building, we will still be using the parking that we had at the old building, as well as the parking at Clark Field. And we need to move to having the new parking as soon as we possibly can, because right now there'll be a bit of a walk from the current parking for staff and for community members up to the new building, as well as for students to come down from Clark Field to the high school. So the demolition process will actually begin as soon as March 1st. That gives us a very compressed time schedule to salvage what we need to get out of the old building, but we have a great plan for doing that, and then turning the old building over to the contractors as of March 1st so that they can begin their demolition process.
Right, and while the walk will be long, it will be well worth it. The
Yes.
excitement of walking into this place each and every day for staff and students alike is really going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And we can't wait to greet people here, welcome them into our new building. We look forward to having an official ribbon cutting next fall, but I know that before then we'll be having community events here. Park and Rec will be here. We'll have our sporting events. We'll have our spring play. So we'll be really glad to have people come to those events so we can begin to show off this excellent new building.
Right.
So thank you very, very much.
And of course, I guess I would extend that if there are questions, we're always open to answering them.
Absolutely.
If anyone wants to know what is happening or when it will happen, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Definitely. We look forward to showing you our new West Springfield High School.